The controversy started when Stephen A. Smith spoke out about Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, and it didn't take long for social media to explode. On his show, Smith insisted he had nothing but respect for Crockett, calling her intelligent and accomplished. But he didn't hold back in questioning her approach, saying she's engaging in rhetoric for the streets. That phrase alone ignited heated debates online, with people arguing over whether he was unfairly criticizing her style or making a valid point about political strategy. Smith doubled down, explaining that he wasn't being disrespectful or misogynistic. He was focusing on what he believes are real issues in how Crockett represents her district and navigates Congress. But that wasn't the whole story. Reactions from fans, critics, and fellow commentators would turn this simple critique into a storm that had everyone talking. Despite Stephen A. Smith's critique, Jasmine Crockett's record shows a story of hard work and determination. Before stepping into Congress, she served as a public defender and later founded her own law firm, fighting for people without power or privilege. She worked her way through school and earned her law degree from the University of Houston Law Center, proving her dedication long before she reached the national stage. Crockett has also been successful at fundraising, building the resources to support her district and her legislative goals. But Smith points to another side. While her accomplishments are real, some of her major legislative efforts have stalled in committees, and navigating cross-party negotiations hasn't always been smooth. According to him, this is where Crockett's strategy clashes with what he sees as effective political leadership. Her record shines in some areas, but raises questions in others, fueling the debate over whether passion and principle can sometimes collide with political pragmatism. And the conversation doesn't stop there. Social media was ready to weigh in. The moment Stephen A. Smith's comments hit the airwaves, social media erupted. Fans and critics alike flooded platforms with opinions, memes, and fiery takes. Some agreed with Smith, arguing that Crockett's style is more performative than strategic, while others defended her, pointing to her intelligence, experience, and dedication to her constituents. The reactions were anything but subtle. Some called her brilliant and fearless, while others dismissed her as too loud or street-oriented. The debate didn't just stay online. Influencers, commentators, and everyday viewers jumped in, dissecting every word and nuance. People argued over whether Smith's phrasing, rhetoric for the streets, was a fair critique or an unfair slight against an outspoken black woman making her mark in politics. Each new comment seemed to escalate the discussion, pulling more eyes into the debate. And just when it seemed the storm might settle, the conversation took another twist. The debate around Jasmine Crockett quickly revealed a sharp divide between criticism and praise. On one side, critics argued that her outspoken style and street-level rhetoric could undermine her effectiveness in Congress, especially when bills stall or negotiations with colleagues falter. They saw Smith's comments as a reflection of concern for practical results, not personal attack. On the other side, supporters fired back, highlighting Crockett's intelligence, courage, and commitment to her constituents. Many pointed out that her boldness and refusal to play small are exactly what make her a powerful representative for communities that have been historically overlooked. For them, the criticism wasn't about strategy, it was about discomfort, with a strong, unapologetic black woman refusing to conform. This clash of perspectives fueled a larger conversation about politics, media, and representation. People weren't just debating Crockett's tactics. They were questioning how outspoken leaders are judged, how public perception is shaped, and who gets to decide what effective leadership looks like. And yet, the controversy was far from over. Smith's next point would only stir the pot further. One of the most talked about parts of Smith's critique was his phrase, rhetoric for the streets. Those 5 words quickly became the spark that set social media on fire. Supporters of Crockett argued that speaking directly to the people she represents, voicing their frustrations and demands, is exactly what a passionate politician should do. Meanwhile, critics interpreted it as a dismissive comment, implying her approach was less serious or professional. The controversy exposed a larger tension in politics. the balance between connecting with constituents and navigating the complex, often slow-moving machinery of Congress. Crockett's style is direct, unfiltered, and sometimes confrontational, which some see as refreshing and others view as problematic. Smith's framing highlighted this divide, prompting viewers to ask whether a politician's effectiveness should be measured by media perception, legislative success, or their ability to inspire and mobilize their base. But the conversation didn't just stay theoretical. Online reactions soon added layers of drama and humor, showing just how personal and passionate this debate had become. As the debate raged, speculation about Jasmine Crockett's political future began to surface. Some commentators suggested that Smith's critique could shape public perception, potentially influencing how opponents and allies view her leadership. Rumors circulated online about whether this controversy might affect her chances in future elections or her ability to build coalitions in Congress. Supporters quickly pushed back, emphasizing Crockett's accomplishments and resilience. They pointed out that strong leaders often face criticism simply for speaking boldly and challenging the status quo. Social media became a battleground of ideas, with fans defending her intelligence, strategy, and commitment to her constituents, while detractors dissected every speech and social media post for perceived missteps. The discussion highlighted a modern political reality. In today's media landscape, a single comment from a high-profile personality can spark weeks of conversation, memes, and debates, blurring the line between commentary and influence. Crockett's approach may be unconventional, but it's clear that she has sparked a national conversation about leadership, style, and representation that isn't fading anytime soon. And the story still has another twist. Reactions from unexpected corners added even more intensity to the debate. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. The clash between Stephen A. Smith and Jasmine Crockett isn't just about one comment or one politician. It's a reflection of a larger conversation about power, representation, and how voices are judged in public life. Crockett's bold approach challenges traditional expectations, while Smith's critique underscores the tension between style and strategy in politics. This debate has sparked passionate reactions from every angle, showing just how divided opinions can be when it comes to outspoken leaders. For supporters, Crockett represents courage, intelligence, and advocacy for communities often overlooked. For critics, her rhetoric raises questions about effectiveness and messaging. Either way, the conversation has captivated the nation, making her one of the most discussed figures in politics today. Ultimately, the controversy leaves viewers with a question. When it comes to leadership, should we value bold authenticity over cautious strategy, or is there a way to balance both? In a world where every word is amplified, this debate is far from over, and one thing is certain. Jasmine Crockett and Stephen A. Smith have sparked a discussion that will continue to echo long after the headlines fade.